I'm not going to sit down because that takes a long time. So we are already late, so I'll just finish it in a few minutes. Yeah, set it up there. Teri mere da bolna tudhe aage ardas Guru Guru Vahe Guru Guru Ramdas Ad Gure Name Jugad Gure Name Sat Gure Name Sri Guru Dev Name. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. I'd like to apologize for Dr. Roy. He was not fully prepared on Guru Nanak. And next time when he comes to Guru Nanak's birthday, he should be given a full time and he will speak exactly what he has to prepare for. And that will happen next time. I'll prefer to be here myself. I'm going to talk about Guru Nanak only one aspect. Not many, but very simple aspect. And that aspect is very difficult. It is not normally part of the practice, and also it is not understood. Well, today is the 14th day of the age of Aquarius. So, let us talk today. There was a man. His name was Nanak. He lived and practiced what he said. He was a householder, and at the age of 72, he left his body. The rest is a story. But he did not leave his body, he left a legacy. So to say there was a Nanak is too wrong to begin with. All we can say is, there are Nanaks, and there shall be Nanaks on this planet. It was a perpetual life, a perpetual living, and perpetual ecstasy. There is no such thing. There was a Nanak. The truth of the matter is, there is a Nanak, and this undying Nanak shall live forever. What was his teachings? Not much. He lived to his name, Nanak. And when I was growing up, little kid, and my governess taught me about Nanak, and she defined it to me, and she said, no, say no when you have to say no, that is Nanak. For a while I never understood what she's telling me. It means say never no, never say never. I practice it, and I fully understand how difficult, painful, impossible it is. But it is what it is. You have to grow up to a status in your own mind, in your body, in your environments, in your dealings, that you have never to say no to anybody. Is it possible? The answer can be maybe. The answer can be, I don't think so. The answer can be yes. No, that's not true. If you practice what Nanak is, that you decide that you shall not say no ever, then bound by that rule is the Creator, God Himself. The one Creator shall come through. That's what Nanak represents. Nanak does not represent a religion. Nanak represents a reality. an infinite truth. Nanak doesn't represent a group. Nanak doesn't represent a section of people. Nanak represents God's creation. First word Nanak spoke was Ik Onkar. There is a one creator of the entire creation. He got out of all discussions. People ask him, they question him, why don't you follow the rules? Why don't you follow the rituals? Why don't you follow this? Why don't you follow that? He said, I do follow, but my following is not to follow what you say. My following to experience what you say. Nanak never brought us the truth in philosophy. He never brought us the truth in reality. He never laid out the truth to us to understand. Not at all. All he said is experience the truth. If you don't experience the truth, you cannot share it. If you don't experience this truth, I guarantee you, doesn't matter who you are, you can never ever be happy. There's no way you can be happy. Because you have the right to say no, and happiness will say no to you in return. Is a law of action and reaction equal and opposite? Is the third law of Newton, law of force. It cannot be denied. Whether you are a Christian, you are a Jew, you are a Sikh, or you are a Muslim, so long you look like a human and you understand or facilitate or in remoteness, you have a remotest idea that you can say no, you can never be happy. Because happiness will say no to you. In state of happiness, we cannot say no. In state of happiness and ecstasy, there is no no. There is a status of total intimacy between man and God. There's absolutely nothing in between. No, nothing, never are the words of the weak earthlings. These are the words of those who have already mentally bankrupt, spiritually derived, and physically neurotics. No comes to the tongue of those who are born for nothing. It is a status of life which Nanak represented. That's what Nanak is. And mentally, spiritually, call yourself Sikh, call yourself a religion, call yourself anything. That social debauchery goes on and it shall go on. But do you understand Nanak? No. Because you don't understand and there is the answer no, therefore no is your right. And if you understand Nanak, then say no never. Then what you'll do? Then your presence should work. Then you don't have to speak. Then you don't have to say anything. Then your purity, your existence, your light, your penetration should work. Then why to say anything? That is what Guru Gobind Singh did. He said, identify that you belong to Nanak. Live to belong to Nanak. Experience to belong to Nanak. And then serve to belong to Nanak. You have all those gifts and all that knowledge, and you are scared, you are afraid, because by the age your glandular system starts secreting, and you start messing around. And all I hear from you, not Nanak, Oh, my chemistry doesn't meet with this. My situation cannot be handled. I cannot understand it. I don't know what is going on. I tried my best. Hell with you. You fill the space on the earth. You come here as earthworms. You'll go from here as earthworms. You have no place here in God's word. You are born for no, you are born from no, and you shall go into no. You want to know the definition of hell? Hell is a very divine, charming, warm place, like a beautiful club, but there is absolutely nothing but shadow. Your life is nothing but shadows. Because your life has one fundamental right, which you don't have. You have no fundamental right to say no. To none. And so long you reserve that right, you are not divine, you are you. Say no and face the consequences. That's what Nanak is all about. You reserve the right as a fundamental human being. You are not enlightened enough to understand your own faculty, in your own personality, in your own identity, not to say no. Because you don't believe in God, you don't trust in God, you do not know God is infinite, you know that God won't come through for you, that's why you say no. Because you are the creatures of duality. But you are, when the people of reality, you shall not say no, and that the Creator's responsibility to fulfill. And that is Puri Hoi Karamat. That's the miracle of the house of Nanak. It's not by playing games. It's not by playing monopolies. It's not how many people know you, how many people love you, how many people respect you, how many people adore you, how much wealth you have got. That whole damn thing is for this earth. It won't go anywhere. And you don't belong to earth. You are visitors. And you can't say no. That's one lesson to learn. And you don't have the guts, the strength, the power, the projection, the purity, the piety to say yes. Because you don't trust God. You wrote on a dollar bill, "In God we trust." Absolutely wrong. You don't trust. You trust in that paper dollar. That makes you go. Money makes you go. God doesn't make you go. And the funny part is, Lakshmi, the wealth, the prosperity, the projection, the Maya, is the wife of Narayan, God. Now you go after his wife, and you don't care for the guy, you think you're going to be happy? No way, Jose. No, it's not possible. It's not practical. If somebody comes to you, you don't show God, you show your rooms, you show your wealth. So, hey, it doesn't work. This is Maya. When somebody comes, take your God out of your heart, put it on the hand, give it to him. Then you are never to say no. Simple religion, simple reality, simple practice. What you have to do for it is your problem. But solution is simple. It is as simple as was, is, and shall be. That if you believe remotely 1% of all the percentage that you are a human being, and there is a halo or a hue of God around you, then start avoiding word no. Don't say it, don't utter it, don't use it. And when not to somebody who comes, God can take any shape. God is omnipresent, omnipotent. He can come to you any form. What's the guarantee? Do you know surely you are saying no to somebody and that's not God incognito? Are you sure? And if you're so sure, fine, then you are all God yourself. If you're not sure, then don't say no as sure. Trust your God in you. That's what she was singing. Baby was singing, God, you are this, you are this, you are this. I think not one thing was left. I was just calculating. My God, Guru Gobind Singh never spared a one thing, one aspect, one facet. And he said, thou, thou, thou. And where thou comes, I doesn't live. Where thou lives, everything comes. It's a simple principle. This is the Nanak's principle. Where there is I, there is no thou. Where is a thou, there is no I. Where thou is, all is. Where is I, nothing is. And if you say no, you belong to only one religion. It's called religion of no. And that's what you have to decide. Nobody can decide it for you. Nobody wants you to be a Sikh. If you cannot learn, Sikh is the one who learns. If you cannot learn one simple thing, why you are calling yourself Sikh? What for? There's no place to add a number. Quantity without quality is a useless fraud. So, this is Nanak. This is. He was not. He is. He is one person who never said no. Take his whole life. Physical, mental, spiritual. Projectile, retile, and reversed. Go through all aspects. If you don't know, go to college. UNM is here. Go study. Get out of here. You can't even calculate things. This whole universe, this is a longitude, latitude, attitude. And what do you do yourself? Mess around? In our army training, they used to say, don't mess. Go to the mess. Mess is where you get food. That's called officer's mess or men's mess. They said, don't mess. Go to the mess. That was the polite reprimand we used to get. So, my dear folks, we are celebrating the birthday of Nanak. I did not know when he died. To me, Nanak was neither born, nor is dead, nor was, nor is, nor shall be. Nanak is just that man, that person, that human, that tree who doesn't say no. I asked my cherry tree, why didn't you give me fruit this year? He said, ask yourself. I said, you didn't. He said, I did. Well, we both started talking and fighting. I said, you are lying to me. He said, no, you are lying to me. I said, what's the problem? He said, I am cherry tree. Cherries comes by weather. It was a bad weather. You control it. I can't. I have nothing, no. If the weather is good, I give cherries to you. If the weather is bad, you don't get cherries. Don't complain to me, complain to the weather. So I asked weather, why you were not good? He said, why not? I do what I do. Who are you? I said, well, you know, I'm part of you. You are part of me. Let us weather it out, this simple situation. Don't yell at me. I'm not yelling at you. I'm asking you, Mr. Weather, what are you doing? He said, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Well, I didn't get my cherries. You're not supposed to. You're overeating. You're fasting. You should diet. When cherries come, bucket by bucket you eat. So, just to save you, we just didn't give you fruit. What is wrong with you? It's not your time. Don't eat cherry this year. I went to the one who controls the weather. And I said, what is going on here? This weather is now going to control the humans made by God? What's wrong with this? He said, that's not true. Santa Fe is too dry, water has gone too down. There was a lot of rain and a lot of things that were necessary for the earth. Mother Earth wanted it. Don't fight against the will of your mother. You live on it, shut up. I said, okay. You are right. You didn't say no, I agree. Shut up is a fine word. I'll shut up. It's all in harmony. All is there. We do not have the eye to see it. We don't have to have the eye. All we have to do is, in the name of Nanak, learn to say yes. And then this line which you read shall come true. Puri hoi karamat, aap sirjanhare tarya. Then the miracle shall happen complete and perfect. And the Creator Himself personify Himself to do the job. And on this Nanak's day, please don't find God. Please leave Him alone. He is sick and tired of this finding process and this fraud. Actually, God is on a loop. He wants to find one human being who is just like Nanak. As God doesn't say no, He wants human to say no. And He says in the language of Nanak, Denda de, lende thakapa, juga jugattar, khai kha, hukmi hukum, chalave ra. I wanted you to speak that line. Nanak vikse ve parva. That carefree prevails, Nanak, and that is Nanak. That's all I wanted to share with you, and I hope my staff and my people should stop yelling at me, sir, you have to say no. I don't know how to say no. So you say it on my behalf. I can't. I have practiced of all these 62 years not to say no. And I really worked hard. And I'm too old now to change. So I hope you will forgive me. When you bug me, you gotta say no. I don't know how to. So if you forgive me that, you will forgive little part of the Nanak. I have not learned it. I don't know how to. And today, on the day of Nanak, I like to appeal to all those who control me. And they happen to be staff. They have got big sticks in their hand. That this poor yogi just requests one thing. I admit, before Satsangat, before Guru, and before all of you, I don't know how to say no. And just cover my one weakness. If according to you it is a weakness, to me it is all I live for. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji.